better. Even the game against Sunderland, nobody expected Sunderland to score. Tottenham to score two
True,
goals.
yeah.
So I see Arsenal doing very well this season. Do I see them going all the way? No, I don't. And the reason why I say that is now I'm starting to see a lot more injuries than Arsenal had last season with their main guys. Odegaard has been injured for quite a while. Martinelli is injured. I don't even
Yeah.
think, yeah, I don't even think Jesus.
Watch Friendship TV right now.
Arsenal, a lot of people felt that in the beginning of the season, having been there 3 seasons consecutively, being there for league title challenge, that they were going to drop off this season. In the summer, somehow, they went out and do some good business. And even before the season started, some people started changing their mind that they were going to be there for again this season. A lot of people were tipping Liverpool and Manchester City to win the league this season. And Arsenal, again, for those that took their time to look at the fixtures, their first 6 fixtures of the season were looking very, very dodgy. They had to go to United, play Liverpool, play Newcastle, play Manchester City. And a lot of people felt that by this time of the season, Arsenal would have been out of the title race, But here we are, they are topping the league. They have 25 points. In terms of goals, they scored 20. City has scored 23. Chelsea has scored 21, followed by Spurs and United on 19 goals each. But the difference is that they have, like Shaba mentioned earlier on, the stingiest defense in the league. They had considered just 3 goals before their last game that they considered 3. So they have 5 goals considered. City has considered 8, and Chelsea has considered 11. Highlighting what we have also said in a few minutes ago, that Chelsea has a very messed up defense, including their keeper. So I don't know what you guys have made of Arsenal. Like I said before, they bought a few players, about 5 players or so this summer, but 1 or 2 of those players are the only players that can start with the team if everybody is fit. And so far, the transition has been a little bit not as massive as Liverpool and teams like Chelsea, who bought players too, have gone through. So I don't know what you guys have made of Arsenal so far. Do you think Arsenal is going to be there for the long haul through the season, or is this just they had this patch before other teams came to bear? Ugum, let's start with you, an Arsenal fan.
Well, yeah, I think that the difference for this season is that the team has options. Last season and the season before, injuries ravaged the team. When we lost the likes of Martinelli, Saka, and Odegaard and the rest of them, you had to play Merino as a makeshift number 9 and all that. So it affected the team. At the end of the season, there's always that talk of Arsenal bottling the league, losing the league, being there almost and not getting through. But nobody really drilled into the reasons why. It was just people said it was mentality and all that. But when they were missing most of their frontline players for half a season, is bound to show at some point. So, but this season, that's where the difference lies. Is that like the game against Sunderland, for example, they had all their forwards. There were 6 forwards missing. But they were able to get a draw. In previous seasons, when those kind of things add up that way, it's either they lose the game or they drop a lot of points. So far this season, they haven't dropped as many points in spite of losing key players, right? So that's where the difference lies for me. I think that the squad is big enough and qualitative enough now to get through a season and win stuff.
I know it's still long time to come. Let me ask you before I move to Shawa and Chima. Do you think Arsenal are going to be there and thereabout at the end of the season?
Yes, no doubt about that from in my mind. Yes, they'll be there at the end of the season.
So, Shaba, like I said, Arsenal, if you look at the numbers, they are almost in all the good stats so far in the season. Best defense, highest goal scored in the season by any team this season. They're behind City just by, I think, 3 goals. And the average possession, they are third Liverpool are first 60.3, Chelsea are 59.4, Arsenal is 58.7 shots on goal. I think they are fourth. They have 52 shots. Chelsea is leading that pack 62, and City, United, then Arsenal. So if you check all the numbers, it looks like they they are doing good so far. Like I said earlier on, it's still a long way to go. So what have you made of Arsenal this season? What do you think is going to happen with them going in as the season progresses?
So one thing that Arsenal has done is, despite the fact that they bought some players this summer, they've kept their backline. Raya is still the starting goalie. They still have Gabriel, and Saliba is still the Dutch kid on the right. I've forgotten his name. And
During Timber.
Timber. And then on the left, last season, I think it was mostly Miles Kelly, but then
Let's
now
get
they
it.
switch. Yeah, now they brought the Italian guy.
Yeah, no, he
Um,
was there last season, but just because he came, that was his first season. He was in and out of injury. So most of the
yeah.
time, Luis Kelly played. Yeah,
So that back four has gelled. I mean, they brought two other defenders, Mosquera and Hincapié,
yeah,
and those guys have only had flashes here and there when one of the core players was injured. I
yeah.
don't think they've actually started any game and kept any of those core players that were fully fit on the bench. So you can see what Arteta is doing. He's trying to win this championship, and defense is what wins these championships. The attack is going to win you the game, but the defense is what's going to take you all the way. And he's trying to make sure that those guys understand each other. Even the game against Sunderland, nobody expected Sunderland to score. Tottenham to score two
True.
goals.
Yeah.
So I see Arsenal doing very well this season. Do I see them going all the way? No, I don't. And the reason why I say that is, now I'm starting to see a lot more injuries than Arsenal had last season with their main guys. Odegaard has been injured for quite a while. Martinelli is injured. I
In
don't even
house.
think, yeah, I don't even think Jesus, the striker, has touched the football this season at all.
No, he has not played for over a year. I think it was the beginning of last season.
Yeah. And then if you notice now, Arteta is starting to bring in the younger guys, Wanyeri and the 15-year-old kid.
Mhm.
So it's almost like as if he's wanting to now start building towards the future. So I think with all the tournaments that you guys are still active in, the EFL, the FA, Champions League, and EPL, I just think there's going to be an overload come towards the end of the season. A buddy of mine had told me something. He said that if you notice with Arsene Wenger, typically he intentionally falls off one of the small cups towards the middle of the season so that the team can focus on the bigger ones. I think he said that it was typically EFL that Arsene Wenger would almost intentionally give up so that he could focus on the bigger tournaments. I don't see Arteta wanting to do that because I think Arteta is just so hungry for a cup this season, and I think that's gonna be something that is gonna end up hurting him in the long run.
Yeah, before I go to Chima, I think that notion is flawed. What's the Carling Cup or EFL? That from now till when you win that trophy, it's just 3 games. You win the next game, quarterfinal, win semi-final, then you play, and when you win the semi-finals in November or so, you don't play EFL again till when you play the finals in February. So I don't really think that puts pressure on the team. Then the FA Cup doesn't start until January. After that, everybody is playing the same 3 tournaments. So it's just maybe that's what the person thinks, but I don't think that should be with the score Arsenal has now, it shouldn't be an issue. But Chima, let me ask you about Arsenal. The next game is after the international break is going to be Tottenham. In between they play Bayern Munich, then they play Chelsea. These three games, what do you think Arsenal is going to come out with? Going into those 3 games.
I've always, if you watch even in our regular forum, I've always praised Arteta because I felt like he knew what he's looking for. He doesn't just go around and buy players. He will target. When I use this my term to target a wing that he felt like that wing is probably needs somebody to augment what the natural, owner of that wing is doing. He will target that particular player and buy. He's not out there, looking for any team that is like what Liverpool did as regards this Newcastle player.
Exactly.
Isak, so I give him kudos. I see Arsenal going all the way. I honestly do. The reason I say that is even the games that they drop points, you almost might close your eyes and go to bed and wake up the following day asking people how much goals did Arsenal win this game with. You see what I'm saying? So, and another thing again, Shaba pointed out, Justice pointed out very, very well, is that core defense lineup. You don't win championships like he said without solid defense. Defense is the best form of attack, like people say, is for you to defend very
Yeah.
well. Sure, and whenever you defend very well, basically you're behind this close. So if you ask me, all the naysayers about Arsenal bad luck when it comes to January, you look at what they have. Let's say injury hits Arsenal, they have backups. Arsenal second 11 can win the league. You see what I'm saying? Introduction of Eze, like this guy, Odegaard. If Eze wasn't there, Odegaard's presence would be seriously felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see? So, and even with Eze there, people will now start questioning, are you really sure we want Odegaard to come back?
Yeah, some people have even forgotten Odegaard is injured.
You see what I'm saying? And Odegaard is one of the players that I cherish his playing abilities, the way he smuggle balls, So I give it to Arsenal. They might accept
So those three
fall
games, if you are to predict Tottenham,
I
then
will probably say Tottenham because Tottenham, they go out there and give it all. Tottenham, I see Tottenham as a team that would rather lose if they're not winning. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If they're not winning, they would rather lose. Chelsea might want to be conservative and say let's not lose. And in the course of not losing, you lose. But that's Tottenham most likely we're gonna go there and say, you know what, we're going there to win. If we're not winning,
but the thing is that at the Emirates, Tottenham has not won Arsenal away from their home. They've not won at Arsenal home. I can't remember. I think it's over 10 years now. They've not won. Though one day that the
No, but I thought the game is being played at White Hart Lane.
No, it's Emirates.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah, let me see. I think it's Emirates. Yeah, so it's going to be even at White Hart Lane, Liverpool, Arsenal has beaten them in a few times.
No, it's gonna be in Emirates. It's gonna be in Emirates.
Okay.
Emirates. Yeah, I know it's Emirates. I just wanted to check. So yeah, it's a difficult one for Tottenham, but we'll see how that goes because Thomas Frank is a different coach altogether.